Hello world and welcome to Ear to the Streets. Today we're going to be talking about the US government shutdown. It might be coming to an end, but this has been the longest shutdown in US history. Let's get updated.
We have breaking news on this Sunday evening. This is November 9th. Word coming out that there has been a deal to reopen the federal government. Just happening moments ago. Right now it is 7:49 p.m. Eastern. The United States Senate will be adjourning at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's expected that they will vote to reopen the federal government. Now, all the details, we don't know much. We don't know exactly what's going on. But what we do know, the government most likely will reopen by Monday morning. This means SNAP benefits, paychecks will go out to the military, air traffic controllers. Life will somewhat get back to normal. But we're hearing this is a continuing resolution, which means if they approve it, it will take us to January. Then we might have to go through all of this again. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully they can just pass a budget instead of just doing all these continuing resolutions.
So 2 possible government shutdowns if this one doesn't get resolved.
I'm going to make another video as soon as I get more details about this, but I wanted to hop on here and let you know what's happening. Breaking news just coming in. Make sure you're following me.
The longest government shutdown in American history could be coming to an end. After 40 days, a preliminary compromise is being discussed, and both parties in the Senate are expected to accept it, according to 3 Capitol Hill sources, 1 Republican and 2 Democrats.
We're still working on some small issues, but we expect to probably vote this early evening on getting on the bill, and then we expect that to pass.
The new bill would fund the government through January 30th and could include a guaranteed separate vote on the expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies that Democrats want to extend. Those subsidies have been at the crux of the shutdown stalemate. If the deal passes in the Senate, its next stop would be the House. President Trump would also have to be on board. He's attending the Commanders-Lions NFL game tonight in Washington. Pressure has been mounting on the president and his party as recent polling showed more Americans.
Well, it looks like we're getting very close to the shutdown. We'll never agree to give any substantial money or any money to really prisoners, illegals that come into our country. And I think the Democrats understand that. And it looks like we're getting close to the shutdown ending. You'll know very soon. Thank you very much.
Hey, good evening. Well, we're looking at this test vote sometime after 8 o'clock Eastern time here in the Senate. The Senate is out on a recess.
This update is from after 8 o'clock because they said they're going to go about it at 8 o'clock. So I'm trying to see what they're saying now.
Right now, but they will come back after 8. And we were kind of thinking that this test vote would come between 8 and 10 o'clock Eastern time. Now, it is a test vote, as we say, but it's more than just that. That will tell us, if they are successful, if the government shutdown is going to end and the government is going to reopen. This is going to be about the math. It's whether or not all Republicans, and let's see if they can get all Republicans here, combined with a group of Democrats, can get to 60 votes and break a filibuster. If they get to that 60-vote threshold, that vote, that test vote, is almost more important than final passage, which could come later in the evening tonight, maybe in the overnight, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Let me break down the math here right now. So there are 53 Republicans in the Senate. It's unclear if Rand Paul, the Republican from Kentucky, would vote with his party. He has opposed his party on this issue really since the end of September. But you've had a coalition of 3 other senators who caucus with the Democrats who voted with the Republicans throughout the way here. And we've just gotten this bit of information in the past few minutes that, part and parcel that was central to getting this deal were 3 former New England governors. They are all senators now. You have Jeanne Shaheen, the Democratic senator from New Hampshire, Maggie Hassan, the Democratic senator from New Hampshire as well, and Angus King, the independent from Maine, who caucuses with the Democrats. They say that they have gotten some major concessions in this deal. This would reverse the federal RIFs. Also, SNAP money would be back in, and so they're willing to support that deal. So you see how that coalition of Democrats is growing. And here
They got to do something because I'm trying to tell you, The airports is shutting down. So if the airport shut down, that's less people buying food at the airports, less people buying gifts at the airports, less people wanting to travel. And then the same accord with less SNAP benefits, that's less people going to the grocery store. And even though people think, oh, SNAP, might give people some free groceries, there's marketing in the grocery store. So even if people use SNAP benefits, the grocery store will still have people spend that extra money on a hot item that they want. So they're not going to go in the store to buy that anymore. So it's going to trickle down to people not buying anything, if it keeps going like this. So hopefully they're working on it.
Here's the other issue. You have a split in the Democratic caucus. The Senate Democrats have been meeting behind closed doors for about an hour and a half, 2 hours now, and there's a lot of division there. There are some Democrats who are going to come out and support this test vote, and the others are going to rage at them. Hakeem Jeffries, who's the Democratic leader, just put out a statement a few minutes ago. He said that this fight is not over in the House of Representatives for the Democrats. You had critical words from Bernie Sanders, the independent senator from Vermont, about what the Democrats were doing here because they didn't get anything on health care. Remember, this is why Democrats were not voting to fund the government. They wanted an agreement on health care. Greg Kazar, who is a Democrat from Texas, and he chairs the Progressive Caucus in the House of Representatives, he called this a betrayal. So we're probably going to have this test vote sometime in the next couple of hours, and then the question is just how fast they can get it through the Senate. Does that come later tonight? Does it come in the overnight? Is this more of a Monday or Tuesday project? Tommy?
The government shutdown is finally over. You guys have food stamps again. Well, it's only postponed until January 30. But some people are upset about this. Let me explain why. You see, 8 Democrats caved in to the Republicans and decided to vote with them on reopening the government. People are upset because the reason the whole government was shut down in the first place was because Democrats were not budging until Republicans would allow them to include an extension on premium tax credits for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act. But the 8 people that did cave in did not cave in for no reason. The Republicans agree that they will do a vote on ACA in December, which guarantees against future mass firings of federal workers. They also ensure that the federal employees would be paid for the time missed during the shutdown. Now, some people are mad, other people are happy that they did this, so now they're able to get their food stamps. And for those of you, I hope that this is a lesson. If you're able-bodied and you are about to not eat this month because no food stamps, you might need to start looking into some other stuff. You feel me? I'm just letting you know, go hit up them churches, because again, this might happen again January 30th. So again, what do you guys think about this?
Tonight, the U.S. Senate votes on a bill to fund and reopen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it is reopened, or if they're going to do it on Monday. He might be jumping the gun, depending on when you're watching this.
In the government, President Trump returned to the nation's capital today with Air Force One flying over the Washington Commander Stadium in Maryland before attending the game himself. CBS's Willie James Enman is at the White House with the president's latest demands. Willie James.
Jerika, good evening to you. Earlier today, the president was busy on social media targeting the Affordable Care Act and suggesting a payout for Americans using tariff revenue.
In a post on Truth Social, the president called Affordable Care Act subsidies a windfall for insurance companies and a disaster for the American people. Trump suggested money for subsidies go directly to Americans' health savings accounts instead. Funding for health care is at the heart of the political stalemate in Washington. Affordable Care Act subsidies will expire this year, which will increase the cost of policies. Democrats have proposed extending ACA tax credits and funding the government.
Let's just extend the ACA for a year, reopen the government, and then we can negotiate a more permanent fix to this crisis in healthcare in this country.
But that plan was dismissed by Senate Republicans during a rare weekend session.
The Democrat leader's proposal is a non-starter for the Republican majority.
Gridlock in Washington impacting government food assistance for some 42 million Americans. This weekend, the Supreme Court paused a ruling requiring the Trump administration to fully fund the food aid program known as SNAP. On Saturday, the Trump administration directed states to pause full SNAP benefit payments in a memo obtained by CBS News. On Face the Nation, Maryland Governor Wes Moore expressed frustration with the policy.
There is no clarity at all. In the past 6 days, we've received 4 different measures of guidance from the USDA and from the Trump administration about how to handle it.
Meanwhile, the president is proposing sending $2,000 tariff dividend payments to some Americans. A White House official told CBS News the administration is committed to putting tariff revenue to good use for the American people.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, that's the current update on the government shutdown. If you like videos like this and you just want to keep up to date with everything, then subscribe. If you want to deep dive into the unknown, then check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching.